Happy Wednesday, everyone. Welcome back to the Revival. Today we're going to be taking in the game against Wolverhampton Wanderers at the neutral ground, the Berg Stadion. It's the FA Cup. It's that competition that we've never been able to do very well in at all. Hopefully today we see a little bit more luck than we have had previously. Now, some people that follow the comments might be expecting some news regarding the transfer window, and news indeed I do have. It's been a mixed bag for us. We've obviously had quite a few contracts to renew, and thank you to the eagle-eyed among you who pointed out to me that we had some contracts that were going to expire at the end of next season. We've taken action on most of those. We actually did take action on those just before I received the messages, but I do appreciate all of you keeping an eye out for me. So let's go into, actually first of all, let's go into the messages. So, right, you can see here we have re-signed Farfan, Juanfran, Vinicius Jr., Bodmer and Hayden to brand new contracts. All of them have increased their minimum fee release clause. All of them except for, I think, Vinicius Jr. are now on more money. Actually, it might be... I'm trying to remember. One of these guys actually ended up asking for less. It might have been Farfan. He's now on 32,000 a week. He was on 33,000 a week. Either way, it's always nice when a player asks for less than he's currently on. And we've had drama. And wouldn't you know it, once again, the drama comes from Todibo, the French centre-back that we bought from Barcelona all those years ago. He has refused to negotiate his contract. Well, he negotiated, but he was asking for a frankly ridiculous release fee. And I wasn't having any of it. I wanted to get rid of that release fee, so I went into negotiations and I said to him, well, I'll tell you what I'll do, Mr. Todibo. You can see here that his release fee is 7.9. He's currently valued at 9.3. Now, if I thought for a minute I could get him to sign a contract and just increase his release fee to like 10 million, I'd probably do it. But what I ended up doing was I offered the following. I offered him pretty much £50,000 a week, which is definitely improvement over his current terms. If we look back here, we'll see he's on 37. So I offered him, and we'll do this again in front of all of you, £51,000 a week we're going to offer him. 5-year contract. Release fee, he's now asking for 8.3. If we were to leave it like that, we'd probably be fine. What annoys me about this is if I try to increase it even slightly, oh, you've rubbed him up the wrong way. And if you go the other way, which is what I did last time, I actually tried to negotiate a contract where he didn't have a release fee, and he said that it was non-negotiable. Now what we could do is we could negotiate this contract, and let's just say, for the sake of argument, he's on about 39, isn't he? Let's say it was midway 37, let's say 41, because it's not going to do us any damage. You can see the salary budget at the top there, 785,000 a week in the bank, so we've got plenty of room for manoeuvre. Now, we could offer him this contract, and then once he's signed on the dotted line, we could then try over and over and over again to offer him new contracts where it got rid of the release fee. Alternatively, I could sell the bastard. Because, honest to God, I'm looking at him more and more, and I know that I went on this big old talk the other week about how he was pretty good. And he is good. He's going to continue to improve. He's only 24 at the moment. He's on course to be at least rated at an 81, maybe even an 82 by the time he's 26. But is he worth the hassle? I'm not sure. He's a good ball winner. Defensively, he's not the most aware, but his jumping and physical contact are excellent. His balance isn't fantastic. Now, I'll be honest, I'm not entirely sure that we can't do better. And I have found a player playing for Celtic that might just about be the answer that we were looking for. So before I go on offering contracts to Tatibo, let me show you who I've offered. Christopher Arja, who is a Norwegian centre-back who does currently play for Celtic in real life, and indeed plays for Celtic here. I've offered Lascelles as a make-weight, and I've offered £33 million. I'm also offering him £100,000 a week. He's not sure about us, which is why I'm offering him such a high weekly salary, doubling his money, essentially, from his current contract at Celtic. We're the English champions. We made it to the final of the Champions League. I don't think Celtic will turn this offer down. I really, honestly don't think they will. If they don't, I'm hoping that he doesn't either. I'm really hoping that he will go for us, because I think that at his age, at 25 years old, he's already a fantastic player. Look at these stats: jumping and physical contact, heading, defensive awareness, ball winning. His passing's decent. He's got good stamina. His balance isn't great, but he makes up for it in other places. He's got good form. His weak foot's decent. His stronger foot is his right foot, which is fine. We've got probably too many right-footed defenders, but I think now, looking at our options and who we have, what we've got, I think if we were able to sign Arja, I think if we paired him with Mathieu long term, Mathieu obviously being a left-footed centre-back means that we have balance across the midfield, the centre-back positions. Hummels, his contract ends at the end of next season, and I might sign him to another contract. It depends how he's doing. He might even want to retire come the end of his contract next year. But I think maybe a little bit of a rebuild in defence is going to be called for. I'm really kind of tempted to just sell Tatibo, but we have to be able to bring someone else in. Now, I know that some of you have a problem with this, but if we go to the youth team, I think you're going to see we have options in the youth team. We have Fazio, we have Hilton, we have Dante, we have De Schacht, we even have Gary Cahill if we're desperate. We got a lot of centre-backs on offer. Also, we just had a new intake, and there's a few interesting names in this intake. I'm talking about Jack Wilshere, talking about Jagielka. Actually, he may have already been here. I'm not entirely sure, to be honest with you. I can't quite remember. There are some big names knocking around the youth team at the moment. So I'm kind of tempted. I'm kind of tempted to just get rid of Tatibo, get rid of Lascelles, allow Hummels to retire gracefully, and we could bring in either Fazio or Hilton or Dante. Let's have a look at the stats really quickly. Okay, so Fazio's not bad. Hilton's a good all-rounder. Dante's a pretty decent all-rounder as well. I think Fazio is definitely the heir apparent. He's an Argentinian. He plays build-up, which is a skill set that I like to encourage in my centre-backs. He's right-footed, so again, we want to look for a left-footer. Dante is a left-footer, so we'd have the option there. Let's just have a look at Cahill. I mean, Cahill's not too bad either, considering. Fazio's got a fairly decent turn of pace. Hilton's quicker. Dante is quicker still. I'm feeling Dante and Fazio, honestly. But there we go. That's what I'm thinking at the moment. So I'm going to leave all of that for now. We're going to get straight into the action. It's Newcastle. It's Wolverhampton Wanderers. It's the FA Cup. Going to change things up a little bit. Paredes, I think, has earned a call up. Werner not looking so great. And we do have Farfan available, so I can leave Werner out of the team without having to worry too much about it. Junior at a stretch could play there as well. I think that's all the changes we're going to make. I don't really feel the need to have too many more changes. You'll notice that Bodmer and Ribery are back for us. Obviously, they were only on 6-month loans, so they both came back at the end of their loan periods. They seem to have developed quite nicely. Ribery especially is already up to an 81. It's quite tempting to consider maybe even having him on the bench instead of Farfan, except that Farfan does give us the option of centre forward as well, so we won't worry about that too much. Lascelles will play ahead of Todibo, and Todibo actually can bugger off. He's not having a game today. Instead, we're going to give Bodmer a place on the bench, just to give us a little bit of support in defensive midfield. Okay, I think that's going to do us. So it's the black and white stripes of Newcastle versus the gold and black of Wolverhampton Wanderers. Here at the Bergstadion, wherever the hell that is in the world. We've not had the best of luck as regards the FA Cup in recent years. It's been a competition that has somewhat eluded us. We've never really showed any kind of form in the competition. I'm hoping that today might be a turning point for us. But knowing me, it probably won't be. We'll probably lose. Alright, here we go. Newcastle attacking from left to right. As we mentioned, in the familiar black and white. Oh, hello. No, okay, that's a free kick the other direction. Offside. A shame, because Joelinton was in that kind of position where he loves to get up and head the ball. And of course Joelinton will give us that option. Not that Werner isn't an excellent header of the ball, because he genuinely is. But Joelinton also has that power that allows him to really make the most of any opportunity. Shelvey with his foot a little bit high there. Another free kick given against us. It's not too bad though. He's not been booked for it. Just a little bit overzealous. So defend this header. Nice. I don't know what Maximan was doing there, but he certainly wasn't trying to win the ball. Good hustle from the Frenchman though. It puts pressure on the Wolves player. Stops him from being able to have an easy go at it. Now Newcastle looking to play it in amongst the Wolves players. And that's a sloppy pass by Shelvey. You expect better from him. Oh dear, oh dear. Hummel's finally able to rectify the mistake, which left him a little bit wrong-footed. That's not bad from Newcastle. They're liking this left side of the pitch at the moment, it seems. Offside again, perhaps. Yep, Joelinton just getting used to being back in the side at the start of the game. He's finding his feet. He's just trying to make a nuisance of himself. Unfortunately, he's not really timing his runs beyond the far line too well at the moment. Oh, that's nice. That's very nice. And what's going on here? Is it a penalty? Could it be? No, it's a foul on the edge of the box. Well, isn't that annoying? Never mind. Okay. So, Nkunku, edge of the area. He has hit free kicks for us before. Oh! Oh! Deflection, nearly beating the goalkeeper. But not quite this time. I have to say, I found scoring free kicks to be a little bit easier in this version of the game than in the previous one that I played. I don't know if that's a complaint that people have. I certainly won't be complaining about it. I love scoring a free kick. Oh, Shelvey making the run. Couldn't quite find him. The Wolves again with the ball at the back, looking to spread the play around. Hello, Jolinton. Ah, no, can't get the ball out from under his feet. The defender managing to win it away from him just in time. It's not been bad from Newcastle so far. Not much of a cutting edge, but everything else has been pretty encouraging. Snappy in the tackle, crisp passing for the most part. A few loose ones, but can't have everything all the time, as to be acknowledged. Here's Willems down the left flank. Wand of a foot. Oh, my word. Acrobatic effort from Jolinton. Doesn't come off this time. But maybe next. Good group defending, team defending between Henriks and Shelvey there. You can't win the ball individually, do it as part of a team. That's a foul, surely. Nothing given. The AI gets away with far too much. It doesn't get away with that one, though. Lascelles now plays it into Hummels. Defensive partners combining. That's a good cross. It's a good header. Oh, it's just over. Jolinton getting closer. He's having more and more opportunities now. He's keeping himself onside. It's a nice cross. Bit optimistic to be going for it, I suppose, in that situation. Would have liked to get a little bit of a jump on it. Try and power the ball downwards. And that's half time. It's 0-0 here in the FA Cup. An okay first half, punctuated by the occasional chance for Joe Linton on his return to the starting lineup. Only one of them finding the target. Hopefully an improvement in the second half will see Newcastle score a goal. That's another loose pass. Oh dear, he's been dispossessed. There's a chance here for Wolves, and it's gone wide. Maybe if he was as deadly as the man who he shares the name on the back of his shirt with, Wolves would be ahead right now. Ball lobbed out to Willems on the left wing. There's no option ahead of him whatsoever. He's going to have to play it back to Hummels. Goes across to Lascelles now. Shelvey plays it out to the opposite flank with Henrik. Into Paredes. Through ball. He's offside, I think. He is indeed. It's a shame. There was a reverse through ball back onto the flank that would have opened up the opportunity for a cross. Wolves are pulling the defence apart here with their passing. Oh no! That's an easy take for the goalkeeper. But it was a dangerous opportunity. Speaking of dangerous opportunities, here's one for Newcastle. Oh, absolute thunder bastard of an effort. But it's blocked by the defenders. And now Wolves on the counter, and they've got a one-on-one here. A little bit wide though. Oh dear, he's absolutely done him. Maximan with the pace. Pace to burn. Oh, easy, easy, easy! Some would call it a cheap goal. I call it using your resources to their fullest. It's an easy tap in for Joel Linton. All of the hard work done by the pacey Maximan on the left hand side. He put it on a silver platter and the Brazilian just had to gobble it up. Good strength from Maximan fighting off the right back. Plays a simple ball in, and all Joel Linton has to do is caress the ball with the outside of his right foot. Sagna comes off, Catrone comes on. It's an attacking substitution. The Italian striker, formerly of AC Milan, a favourite with Football Manager players up and down the land. Oh, and straight away, Wolves winning the ball high up the pitch, and that's going to be a free kick. Possible yellow card. It is a yellow card. And now Hayden will have to be a little bit careful. Need to get this ball out, and we have done. And there's an opportunity here. If we can just find the cross. We can't. Wolves doing a very good job of getting men in front of the ball to stop that long raking pass from heading up towards the strikers. Referee gives a foul. In fact, he doesn't give a foul, he gives a throw-in. Oh, that's a well-placed ball out to the other flank. Nice whip ball, header, and it's right off of the line. Goalkeeper doing a very good job in the Wolves goal. Now we've just taken the attacking winger's instruction off. I want to concentrate more on solidifying our defensive efforts. Yeah, needed a bit better weighting, but Nkunku's won the ball anyway, and he's through. He can't find the pass. There are men behind it, and none of them think to keep the run going. A lack of predatory instinct at blame there, and a chance goes begging for Newcastle. And that's a bad pass. Really is. Just going to have to get rid there. Is he going to have a hit? I think he might. Oh no, just couldn't get on it quick enough. But Newcastle now laying siege to the Wolves' goal. And with 83 minutes on the clock, now is probably the time. Oh, and a yellow card for that earlier challenge. And well deserved. A very late challenge on Joelinton. But he was able to get up the other end and try to take his chance. As I was saying, on 83 minutes, we're going to make a couple of changes. Mathieu going to come on at fullback for the tiring Willems. I think we might bring off Hayden for Bodmer. And Paredes can go into the central striking position. Farfan replacing Joelinton on the right hand side. So a triple change this late in the game. Hopefully no one pulls up injured. It's the last thing we need. But if it stays like this, Newcastle will be moving on to the next round of the FA Cup. Not something that we've been able to say too often. Not in this playthrough, it has to be said. That's good hunger from Bodmer. I think it was Bodmer. It might have been Mathieu, actually. I'm just going by hair colour at this point. Yeah, I think it was Mathieu. Long ball up the park. That's won by Farfan. He's got a chance here. Can he take the glory? Oh, no, he can't. Probably shouldn't have tried putting it across the goalkeeper. The near post was begging for him to aim the ball there. Oh dear, it looks worse every time you watch it. Ruben Neves finding his hamstring a little bit tight at the moment. Hummels, good header, wins the ball easily, rising above his opposite number. Newcastle really pressing now in the late stages. Superior fitness perhaps paying off. Although we got a bit of an overlap here. The ball comes in, looped header over the goal. Raul's not had a good day in front of goal. Ball knocked out to Mathieu. Plays it down the line to Maximin. Who plays it into Nkunku, who can't quite get on the ball. But it's good running and it shows willingness. And that's it. It's the final whistle of the game. 1-0 to Newcastle against Wolves. It wasn't the most convincing of performances, but it was solid nonetheless. And so as we return to the stats, we can see that Newcastle dominating possession. More passes, more successful passes, a lot more shots. A few more fouls, Interceptions galore today. Good ratings all round. Certainly on the black and white side. Mathieu not really having the chance to do much. Getting a 5.5. It's a little bit harsh for him. Joelinton though, 7.5. Man of the match performance. Even though really it was Maximan that did all of the hard work for that goal. And a shock result in the game at Bournemouth, where Chelsea have lost 3-2, meaning that they are out of the cup. In other news, Tottenham beat Brighton and Hove Albion on penalties. Norwich knocking out Arsenal, a big shock there. And Watford knocking out Liverpool. So we can see in the quarter-finals, I think, of the FA Cup, it's going to be Manchester City versus Bournemouth, Newcastle United versus Norwich City, Tottenham Hotspur versus Manchester United, and West Ham United versus Watford. It's an FA Cup of real upsets this year. Okay, and we have negotiations updated. Okay, so it looks like the Aja transfer has failed to materialise. That is a little bit disappointing. I'm going to add him to the listed players because that is a player that I am not going to give up on. Elsewhere, it looks like we've had an offer for John Joe Shelvey. It's for £9 million. He's rated at 14 million. He's got a release fee of 29. And honestly, and I know some of you think this is an irrational thing, but I absolutely adore Shelvey, and I won't be losing him anytime soon. Certainly not for £9 million. Midfield is one of those areas where things are working out quite nicely for us. I don't want things to change right now. So I'm not going to be accepting any bids at the moment. Now, Aja's release fee is 68.7. We currently have 50.2. We could just bid 42 outright. Or maybe we offer to Tebow as a make weight. It's a difficult one. But we'll move on for now because the game day is only around the corner. Not that we'll be watching the Bournemouth match, not today at least, because our time with each other has passed. Having said that, negotiations... Oh no, it's just scouting, never mind. Not going to worry about that. So yeah, that is going to do us for another episode. When we return, it will be probably to watch Manchester United versus Newcastle. That seems like the right move. Okay, so until next time, thank you very much for watching. Keep your fingers crossed for us in the transfer market. By the time that you see this video, it will have closed. So although I welcome suggestions, bear in mind that I won't have seen any of them in time to make them stick in the market. So that being said, thank you for watching. Take care. I'll see you tomorrow. Bye bye.